Hi, this is Kavita Suresh Kumar, and in this video I am going to demonstrate how to create and delete security groups in AWS using AWS Console. I have logged into my AWS account, so I am going to search for the security groups here. The security groups are features of both EC2 as well as the VPC. I'm going to select the security groups which is part of the EC2 feature. Since I have selected the security group as part of the EC2 feature, in the menu you can see the other features of the EC2. Click Create Security Group. So first we need to provide a name for the security group. I'm going to call it as Demo SG, and then we need to give a description. I'm going to add two inbound rules, one for SSH and one for HTTP. So I'm going to specify that. Access. And then we need to give the VPC information. So we have only one VPC, and that has been selected by default, right? And then we have an option to specify both inbound rules as well as the outbound rules. And there is already an outbound rule by default defined. So when we say outbound rule, for example, if this security group is associated with an EC2 instance, so from that EC2 instance, we will be able to connect to any systems outside. You can see it says all traffic, which means using any protocol and any port number, we will be able to talk to the external systems. So even the destination, right, it says 0.0.0.0/0, which means any IP address you will be able to talk to. So this is the default outbound rule. Now let us add the inbound rules. So what do we mean by inbound rules? So inbound rule means, right, using which protocol and port number you will be able to connect to that EC2 instance, right? So that is what is about the inbound rule. So now first let's add one inbound rule for SSH to that particular EC2 instance. So let us select the type as SSH. So obviously the SSH uses the protocol TCP and the port default port is 22. So that's what is by default it's selected. From which all sources you wanted to access the EC2 instance. So I'm going to select as my IP, which means from my system I will be able to SSH to that EC2 instance. Let's add one more rule. So this time I'm going to add a HTTP rule, right? So obviously the protocol is TCP and the port is 80. Why I need this rule? Because I wanted to access my application which is running on port 80 in the EC2 instance. So that's why I need to add this inbound rule, that is the HTTP inbound rule. So the source, so I'm going to select as anywhere IPv4, so which means from any system I should be able to access the application running in that EC2 instance to which we associate this security group. So if you want to add any tags, you can add tags. I'm not going to add anything. Click Create Security Group. The security group has been successfully created, right? And here you'll be able to see this is the security group name and this is the security group ID and the description what we provided, the VPC ID, and you could clearly see it has two permission entries for the inbound rules count and the outbound rules count, one permission entry. And here you'll be able to see that information about the inbound rules, outbound rules, and if you have created any tags that you'll be able to see, right? And if you wanted to edit the inbound rules, you'll be able to click this Edit Inbound Rules and then you'll be able to modify. Okay, let's modify this. Let's make this is also my IP. Save the rules, right? So now the inbound rules have been saved. And when you click this actions, you will be able to see the various actions you'll be able to perform, like the edit inbound rules, outbound rules, manage tags. And if you wanted to copy this security group as a new security group, you'll be able to do that, as well as you'll be able to delete the security groups. So now let us see how to delete the security groups. Click Delete Security Groups. Click Delete. And the security group Demo SG has been successfully deleted. In this demo, we have seen how to create a security group and then how to create two inbound rules, one for SSH and one for HTTP, as well as we explored what is an outbound rule, and also finally we deleted the security group which we created. If you like this demo, please do like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching the demo.